Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
It is Tuesday, and all of our guests today, including Craig Button, standing by, are brought to you by the Bayside Oceanfront Resort. Call 250-248-8333 for more information or to book, or go to their website, BaysideResortParksville.com. As we bring in TSN Scouting Director Craig Button. Craig, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
Really good. It was plus 21 here in Calgary on beautiful Monday. It's supposed to go down to minus 15 by tomorrow, so that's a pretty big swing. And it's spring. It's spring today. Like, seriously. Like, and now winter's going to return? No fair.
Is that one of those Canucks today that people in Vancouver don't know about?
Chinook.
Okay.
The reverse Chinook, where the warm winds are blowing the wrong way.
We got a lot of winds blowing in this studio.
Yeah.
Hey, I noticed you've been tweeting, retweeting about Vancouver Giants rookie Cameron Schmidt, who's breaking team records these days. What's in his future, Craig?
Well, the young player is dynamic. He's electrifying. I first saw him at the under 17. So the first thing you see, this is first glimpse for me. The first thing you see is a player that isn't big in stature, but when the game starts, you can't get your eyes off of him. And it doesn't even matter how tall he is or how big his stature is. He's got a massive impact on the game. He's got great skills, great drive, and to me, I use this comment all the time. I say I don't scout with a tape measure. Cameron Schmidt is exactly that type of a player. I've seen the vast majority of players available for the 2025 draft. I really do believe that not only is he a top prospect for the 2025 draft, he very well may be top 5. And he's that good. He's that skilled. He pulls you right out of your seat. I mean, that's how good he is. And when you watch players like that, you don't even notice that they might not be the biggest in stature because they impact the game in such a thundering way.
Yeah. From Prince George, and he's available for people in the Vancouver area to see out at the Langley event.
He's worth the price of admission. Trust me.
Yep.
He's one of those players that not only gets you to the edge of your seat, he pulls you out of the seat.
Yeah. Rick wouldn't know about the price of admission in Giants games.
Craig, he gets free tickets from the owner, Ron Toigo. I do too. Ron's a good friend of ours. I'm not going to back off from that.
Yeah.
Free tickets, Craig, are free tickets. You take them.
I'm working, though, and you get free parking, too. Craig, moving on here.
Well, let me just say, I'm not going to do this, and I say this to all my friends around the CHL and in the NCAA. You know, we're afforded opportunities to, maybe not so much in the NCAA, but in the CHL, we're afforded opportunities to come and sit in the press box. I like to support the CHL, and, buying a ticket for $20, $25, even $30 is something that I do to just try to support the endless efforts of the owners in the CHL.
Okay, we're gonna play that back later today.
You ripped us, Craig. You took us right down. You ripped us.
No, I'm not trying to take you down. It's just. Listen, they always tell me don't do this, don't do that, and I just say, hey, listen. You do a lot of things. It's just one of those things. I want to try to show my support in different ways. That's how I do it. And you show your support by covering it and going there and being present, and that's significant also.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, another team in Vancouver called the Canucks, Craig. They haven't been the same since the All-Star break. What are you seeing?
Like Rick Tocchet, I think Rick Tocchet has really got his finger on the pulse of the team. And he's used different terms, figuratively speaking. When you get punched, you got to punch back. You can't just kind of sit back on your heels. And, let's keep in mind that the Vancouver Canucks, the last number of seasons, and the players that have been part of this, have not really, played these significant games in March and games where you're fighting tooth and nail, which ultimately is what the playoffs are all about. So when you get confronted with this for the first time in a lot of cases, it's a learning experience. And Rick keeps talking about, let's get back up on our toes. Let's get back initiating it. When I use the term punch back, it's like, we're going to back you up. We're not going to sit back and try to resist what you're trying to do to us. And I think that's one part of it. And I think it leads to the second part of it. Their offense, and more recently games, has not been nearly as dynamic, has not been nearly as dangerous. It wasn't that long ago that we were talking about they had to improve their defense, and their defensive play has been really good, but their offensive play, which I never was really concerned about, has not been as strong. And I'm not just talking about the goals for. I'm talking about the process. I'm talking about, getting into the hard areas, battling for pucks, winning the net front, all those areas of the game that become a lot harder come playoff time. So I think for Rick Tocchet and the Vancouver Canucks, I use the term sharpening the saw. Get the saw sharpened so that when the playoffs start, I'd rather if I'm the Vancouver Canucks and I'm Rick Tocchet, I'd rather be trying to work through these things right now than trying to work through them when the playoffs begin, because the playoffs are unforgiving. I think the opportunity with where they sit in the standings, the knowledge of what they need to do better is there, and I think there's lots of runway here for them to sharpen that saw, so to speak.
Craig, Jonathan Lekkerimäki's season ended yesterday. 19 goals as a 19-year-old, 7 game-winning goals. That was second in the league. He was the MVP for his team. It was a year ago, Craig. We were asking you about his struggles, and a year later, he's had one heck of an incredible season.
Doesn't it just speak to maturity, Rick? Doesn't it speak to players progress at different rates? And Jonathan was the MVP at the World Junior Tournament in Sweden, where Sweden won the silver medal. He's a very gifted offensive player. He's got the skills, he's got the mind, he's got the drive, and certainly he is a promising part of the Vancouver Canucks future. It was interesting too, and I'm just adding this in as well. Tommy Wilander, I just read this the other day, might have been yesterday, but it said in his first year of college hockey, he's I think they said 0.66 points per game. Charlie McAvoy was 0.68 points per game. And the reason I bring that up is because I thought that Tommy Wilander had a game like Charlie McAvoy. So along with Lekkerimäki, I think that the Vancouver Canucks have 2 excellent prospects in their system. Obviously, when you're spending money to the cap, you're going to need entry-level players that not only come in and be on your roster, but can contribute. I think Lekkerimäki and Wilander are going to fit that description perfectly. And certainly, I think it's every reason for the Vancouver Canucks fans to be really excited.
Craig, 34 days ago, Sean Couturier named the captain of the Philadelphia Flyers. Tonight, he's a healthy scratch. Judging by early reports out of Philadelphia, he's not happy with it. But this is John Tortorella saying again, Craig, I don't care who you are. If you're not playing up to your performance where it should be, you're going to be healthy scratched.
Bingo, Rick. And John Tortorella did blindside Sean Couturier today. That's not a blindside. John Tortorella would have given Sean Couturier every respect, every opportunity to work out of it. So you're playing. You haven't been playing very well. He acknowledged his struggles. He acknowledged that he's struggling. And so what? So you say because I'm working hard? Well, good. This isn't a working hard league. This is a results league. And John Tortorella has a high standard. He's not going to blindside you. So what I would say to me, what I would have liked to have seen from Sean Couturier as a leader is saying, you know what, I haven't been good enough. Despite the fact that I've worked hard, John Tortorella has given me opportunities to improve. It's not good enough. I feel like I'm letting down my teammates, and I feel that in important games, now that we're playing tonight included, I'm not going to be there for them. And that's on me. That's what leadership is. Not saying I don't like the way I've been treated here. What does he want? Like the kid glove treatment? Hey, Sean, it's real simple. You want to play? Play better.
Golf shirt today, parka tomorrow. Craig Button from Calgary.
Donnie, don't start reminding me of that. Just the thought of it in spring kind of gets me uneasy.
Get the toque out. The toque. Always have a toque ready.
Oh, okay, you guys. Listen, I'm gonna send a note to Ron Toigel and tell him to charge you guys.
He'll charge us double after this. Thanks, Craig.
Thanks. Have a great day.